Good day to each and everyone. Again, this is Sir April, and we are here for another lesson for quarter 3, module number 2. How well do you remember? I'll be projecting pictures on this slide, and I will name the picture and tell me what have you remember on this one. Shrimp. Shrimp is a type of crustaceans. How about tuna? Tuna is a type of fish that is high in fat. Cod. Cod is a type of fish that is low in fat but rich in protein. Oyster. Oyster is a type of bivalves. If you know all these answers, then let's take a deeper look on the following pictures. How well do you know? That is a fillet fish. This is a whole or round fish. And this is the butterfly fish. Today, we're going to talk about how to handle seafood dishes. This will be our learning targets. I can state the proper ways on how to thaw frozen seafood correctly. I can handle fish and seafoods, and I can handle seafood hygienically in different ways. Checking the freshness of fin fish. They must have fresh and mild odor. Eyes are clear, shiny, and bulging. You have to take note of this when you are trying to buy a fish. The gills should be pink or red. They must have a texture of flesh that is firm or elastic. They have a shiny scales and tightly cling on the skin. It's not being loosened up. For the shellfish, oyster clumps muscles in the shell must be alive. They have to be live or shock. Oysters must have a very mild, sweet smell. Discard any muscles that are very tight in weight or seem to be hollow. Strong fishy odor or a brownish color is a sign of age or spoilage. When we talk about tightly closed shells, when they are jostled. For the mussels, we have to keep it refrigerated for 32°F to 35°F or 0° to 2°C, and we have to protect them from light. Store in original sack and keep sack damped. For our scallops, they must be shocked and should be cooked without further preparation. When we talk about shock, that means their shells must be removed as what you are seeing in the picture. Also, do not let them rest directly on ice or they will lose flavor and become watery. For our crustaceans, the crabs must be live, or rather the lobster, they must be alive when cooked. Live lobsters can be kept in 2 days. Number 1, you can pack in moist seaweed, keep in a cool place, and number 2, in salt water. They are very perishable, so they should be used in 1 to 2 days. Plunge head first into boiling water, then you have to simmer them for 5 to 6 minutes when you start cooking them. If they want to be served hot, they are drained well and split in half, and claws are cracked. The meat will be firm and the tail springs back when they are straightened. And when you cook lobster meat, they must be covered and refrigerated to 30° to 34°F. Shrimp. It's another type of crustaceans. So all shrimp should smell fresh and sweet. They should be solidly frozen when received. A strong fishy or iodine smell indicate age or spoilage. And the glazed shrimp should be shiny with no freezer burn. For the shrimp, you have to thaw them in refrigerator. Peeled shrimp should be wrapped before placing on ice. If they are not thawed in the refrigerator, then there will be a bad smell. Shrimp served hot must be peeled and deveined before cooking. They should be served cold, must be peeled after cooking to preserve flavor. For our crab, live crabs should be kept alive until cooked. The frozen crab meat is very perishable when thawed, so it must be treated like any other frozen fish. How are we going to handle and store fresh fish? First, we have to store them on a crushed ice. We can use drip pans to allow for drainage of melted ice. Whole fish should be drawn because it entrails deteriorate rapidly. You have to change the ice daily. You have to cover it with container or store in a separate box away from other foods because of their smell. Cut fish should be wrapped or left in the original moisture-proof wrap. In refrigerated bags, you have to put them at 30° to 34° Fahrenheit or -1 to 1 degree Celsius. Handling and storage of frozen fish. Frozen products should be frozen, not thawed when received. Items should be well wrapped with no freezer burn. Maximum storage time, fat fish should be stored for 2 months and the lean fish should be for 6 months. We have to store them at 0° Fahrenheit or -18° Celsius or colder. Thawing and handling of frozen fish. Thaw in refrigerator, never at room temperature if pressed for time. Keep in original moisture-proof wrapper and thaw under cold running water. Small pieces like fillets and steaks can be cooked from frozen state to prevent excessive drip loss. Large fish should be thawed for even cooking. Fillet that are to be breaded can be partially thawed. Handle thawed fish as fresh fish. Please do not refreeze. These are all references. Hope you learned something. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe, click the bell notification buttons, and like the video for more updates. Thank you. See you again next time.